Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sports Bites. Sports Bites, we are your number one sports podcast, bringing you the best of both worlds, sports and snacks. Tonight, got a great episode for you. Got some great folks here in the studio. You know them, you love them, you see them all the time, but it never gets old. To my right, we've got my brother, Don Schro. What's going on, Don? How you doing tonight, bro?
Doing great, man. Crazy week.
It has been a crazy week, hasn't it? Very nerve-wracking a little bit for a couple of days.
Yeah, man. A lot of storms here, too.
Most definitely. I'm picking you up.
Gotcha.
Across the table.
Yo.
The man,
Randall.
the myth, the legend,
What's up,
Dr.
dude?
Mike on the mic. Brent Turner, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, I'm having a good day. I'm celebrating a fantasy win over Donnie over there.
We're
Dr. Mike
jumping right
Dr. Mike
into
picking
it.
up a nice win.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'm doing good, man.
Got the dub for Dr. Mike.
I had a pretty off week in
Ravens
man.
working over the Bills. I'm feeling okay.
That
Yeah,
was
they're feeling pretty good this week.
Definitely a big one. Definitely a big
it's
one.
good to see you.
Across the table, the quiet man in the corner, eyeing
Robert's
this
in hell.
Orioles game.
Robert is in hell right now. Robert
It's a very
watching the
critical
Orioles
game
live.
going on right now.
They've got 2-1. Casey's up 1, and Robert's locked into this game.
Well,
But he's here.
the introduction to our man, Robert Bialik over there. What's going on, Robert?
Pretty shitty.
Pretty shitty? Pretty shitty. Yeah, you never know, man.
Until-
It's not.
I'm just saying until.
Oh, I was like, I thought you were like, oh,
No. I'm not going to do that. He's
Well,
looking,
we've got
he's
him in
looking at
scoring
it.
position.
Yeah, he's
so
looking
that-
at it.
Any second now, this could
I
go
know.
off.
Yeah,
I'm like
I
a powder keg.
Yeah, powder keg.
We also want to throw a shout out. We forgot last episode, and we want to make sure that it's out there and that it's known how important the guy is to us. We want to throw a shout out to our man Josh Richards behind the scenes.
Thank you,
Josh
Josh.
is keeping us going
Yes, sir.
through thick and
Josh.
thin. He's actually got a second gig that he's working right now, so he's remotely running this while
man.
DJing an event at a local place called Los Amigos.
he's
Check
the
him
man.
out, man. He does DJing out there all the
Just
time.
put us on the live feed to Los Amigos right now. We'll shout out Los Amigos.
Up on the big board.
Give some sports content.
I love it. I love
Good
it.
idea.
Well,
Good idea.
as always, we are coming to you tonight from beautiful Varsity Park Studios at Varsity Park Franklin, Roanoke's newest innovative storage and business center. Check them out on Facebook or at varsityparkfranklin.com. I'm almost there, Brent. It's almost snack time, but I've got one
go do your
very
thing, man.
important thing.
All right,
Very
one more
important
thing. One more thing.
The shout out to all you fans out there. We just want to once again, as we always do, thank you all so much for being a part of the Sports Bites family, for all the likes, the subscribers out there, all the
sir.
comments and engagement. We love it. We love seeing it
Stay
every
engaged.
episode. It drives us. It keeps us rocking and rolling. And we thank you guys so much for being a part of this and just jumping on board the Sports Bites family. And on top of that, if you got folks that haven't seen the podcast yet, you really enjoy it, or you think they'll enjoy it, tell them to check it out. Send them
the
a link.
share button.
Exactly.
Yes.
Click that share button.
Sure,
Shoot it out there
sure.
to them. Say, hey,
And we love some more comments too about like snacks we could do, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So just drop it down there. below
always. We're always looking
Big
to do
sports
snacks.
fans, give us
Most
some
definitely.
comments. Let's go.
Well then,
Engage.
let's see here. Thanks to the fans. Thanks to Varsity. Thanks to Josh. Thanks to all you guys here in the studio for rocking and rolling. Thanks to my beautiful wife, who's not on the podcast tonight, Rachel Horn, for coming in clutch for catching us up and rushing us over an audio cable that had gotten left at my house.
Lit into home with the cable.
Save the
Clutch.
day.
Super clutch. So thank you, babe, for helping us out with that. And with that, I'm hungry.
Okay, good.
Here we go, snack.
What
time.
we got?
So, I thought today might be like a jam-packed episode.
It
so
is.
It may
Very
very
jammed.
well will be.
So
Very jammed.
I brought 2 snacks, both savory. I got some bowls here if y'all want them.
Quick question. Do you know the difference between jelly and jam?
Don't answer.
The only explanation I could give you is that I don't know.
Are you fucking serious?
Jelly and jam? Like
Jelly is made with fruit juice and jam is
Are you
made
talking
with the actual
literally? I thought it was a joke.
No, that's the G-rated answer. He
Yeah,
has another
no,
answer.
no.
He has another answer. We can't
exactly.
Say it. We can't
That's what I
say
thought
it.
you were going
We can't
for.
say it on live. We can't say it. But I know the joke. I know. And Rob
And I was about
pretty
to
sure
say it,
does.
but I'm not going to say it. Trick me. All right, here we go, boys.
Me.
And
good.
once I divvy them out,
salsa verde.
Oh yeah, salsa verde.
Bring these bowls.
Yeah, I got them from the
Oh,
kitchen
sweet.
awesome.
just to keep
So
us
we've got
organized here.
Doritos salsa verde. All right, big
All right,
green
all right.
bag.
Can you roll the R?
Verde.
Verde. Verde. All right. So, kind of like a variation of nacho cheese, maybe. So
Yeah.
we'll see. All right.
I'm
Well-
like all I'm imagining is those green packs of
Yeah, the green
sauce
pack.
from Taco Bell.
What do you think? A little hot ski?
Oh yeah.
Pretty mild.
If it's salsa verde, they're probably not gonna be hot.
Oh,
Very fresh flavor.
I like that.
Yeah, it's got like a little hit of cilantro, lime, Dorito kind of vibe.
I think I could use a little more flavor
I like that.
It's got a little heat.
on the
I
back
think they use
end.
that Cool Ranch seasoning
Just enough.
and the cilantro lime, the lime seasoning they put on tortilla chips. It's kind of what it tastes like.
Just
A little
enough.
spice though.
Yeah, wasn't at first. On the back end of it is a little bit.
Yeah, there's
little
a
hot.
few more flavors on them maybe.
Ooh,
That's good. I like those. A little heat.
ooh. Yeah, it's got a nice little glow to those.
I got a little
dig it.
heat.
Orioles gonna hit.
What do you think?
No.
There you go.
All right.
Here we go.
Grounder to shortstop.
Continue.
So for our second snack, I've got Netflix now popping late night ramen. So
All right.
okay, so this could go one
now
of two ways.
popping.
All those things you just said mean.
So I guess Netflix is coming out with their own licensed popcorn, right? It's called late night ramen. Now
They should have just called it Netflix and chill.
they might have an ice cream called that or something.
Netflix and chill popcorn.
So this could go one of two
edition.
ways. It could be really good, like a fancy ramen, or when I think of late night ramen, I'm staggering back home, making some chicken ramen
Yes.
that cost me $1.
2 slices of American cheese.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
know, whatever
Exactly what I was about to
you
say.
had hanging out in the fridge, you
Yep.
mix it up, you eat the
seasoning.
ramen, and you go pass out.
Yep.
So
Sometimes you
this
pass
could
out
go
as you're eating.
This
the
could
ramen.
go one of two ways. So
Yes, sir.
Like most
I think it'll be interesting.
okay,
Ramen.
color is interesting.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll get a few here. Give me a little dabbage here. Here we go.
All right, late night
cheated.
ramen.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Yeah.
Okay. Tastes like berry.
the popcorn itself is shit.
I can just taste the chicken ramen, like a little bit, hint of chicken ramen.
It tastes like
Barely.
It tastes like crap
Like, just
popcorn
like-
with chicken ramen.
Just like, yeah,
Like
a
exactly.
bouillon cube.
Yep.
Not terrible. You know,
The popcorn is.
Yeah.
I don't mind the popcorn. I think it's
it's not
fine.
bad. I got a good flavor one just now.
I'm not going to
a
get chicken when it comes to pre-bagged popcorn. You know.
There's
I still eat it.
pre-packed popcorn.
If you like chicken ramen, you'll probably dig that.
So
I'm getting some good flavor out of that.
it's as I predicted. It's like a chicken ramen.
Not bad. I mean, I don't mind it.
So in that sense, they nailed late night ramen
Yeah.
because late night
They
ramen
did,
would be
for
like
sure.
chicken ramen.
That's
night
like
at night.
all-
Well, I mean, like
That's
you
like
said,
on
late
point,
night
late
ramen
night-
is
late
like
night
when you're
ramen.
like stumbling downstairs. And if I'm that drunk, I'm probably eating that. I'm probably eating it.
It's really not bad.
If I'm getting home from work and I'm like, man, I want something really tasty, probably not my go-to.
Yeah, no.
But you know, you do all kinds of things in the middle of the night when you're wasted. So
So I've heard.
You know,
No, sir.
Dr. Ox.
All right, moving on to the next topic.
Here we go.
So
Yeah, those are good, man.
cool. All right. We will
Well,
review
not bad,
those
not
later.
Well,
Those salsa verde ones got a little glow to them.
Dude, I got a real flavor one right here.
all right. Well,
That's some good.
yeah, we'll come back.
By
to
the
that
way,
here.
as always, I get these at Kroger. So if you want to go try them, go pick them up.
There's new stuff every day at Kroger, I feel like.
I did feel bad that I think you truly missed like the best stuff we've gotten from Big Lick last week. The Doritos were fire.
Were they?
Yeah, those Skittles.
Not bad.
Other than the what was it, the black currant that was in it?
Yeah.
Skittle clouds.
They were
like extra
filled.
large.
They're extra large, but they were like filled inside. Like
With
they
what?
had like a jelly something.
Oh,
but
okay.
Or
they
was it jelly or jam?
Different, Randy.
well, let me
Yeah,
think. But they were really good. And then
funny.
the soda, Big Lick hooked us up with this. Was it Chinese
Yeah.
Fanta apple? But it wasn't green apple. It tasted like apple juice soda.
Yeah.
Very deceiving with the green color.
Like red apple.
Yeah. But it was surprisingly delicious.
Yeah.
So
When I was,
everybody on like it.
Ew.
dude, when I went to
Apple is one I'm real iffy on.
Green apple, I can't do. I hate green apple.
Like fake
but it
green apple.
tasted like
But it tasted
it
like
didn't
real
taste
apple.
like it didn't taste like green apple.
Wow. That was
Not bad.
All right.
all right.
I got spooky snacks coming up in the next few weeks.
Oh, yeah,
We're
we
getting
got
close to
some
Halloween. Happy
Halloween
October,
snacks.
everybody.
Well, speaking
some
of spooky,
ideas.
it's the 1st of October. Speaking of spooky, I'm talking like scared. I'm talking 8 people in this comment board.
Yeah,
8
guys,
people watching,
where we
not a
at?
single person commenting. What, y'all scared of something all of a sudden? Come on, man. Throw them in there. Let's see who's on tonight.
Engage.
I know people are watching right now.
Maybe
All
people
right,
are watching
well,
the playoffs.
Maybe we just need to get this thing fired up with some good topics. And unfortunately,
Yeah,
our first topic tonight
sure.
is one a bit on a somber note. 2 absolute legends in their respective fields of sports.
Two straight days.
Within 24 hours of each other.
It's crazy.
Have passed away. I'm gonna say this because I believe one of them is already a Hall of Famer, and the other one is going to probably be a Hall of Famer
Oh, 100%.
because that's been the whole cloud over his head. But
Right.
Dikembe Mutombo and Pete Rose, both legends, passing away. Pete Rose passed away at the age of 83, I think it was.
Yeah, 83.
Dikembe, brain cancer, 58.
Yeah,
That's-
58. That's so
man.
crazy.
And they both absolutely leave a ridiculous legacy behind them.
Oh, yeah.
I know Pete Rose, everybody talks about the tarnished side of his legacy, but nobody seems to remember or talk about what an absolute just badass baseball player and manager.
Yeah.
Like he really kind of did.
I don't know if I'd lump his managerial stuff into it.
can't-
For the most part, he was a great
Can't
baseball
recreate what he
player.
did though. He's one of a kind guy. Like
Yeah.
there's nobody gonna recreate.
But yeah,
He had a lot of
did.
singles.
When Donnie was in Little League, that was what his coach used to say is he used to call Donnie Pete Rose.
A lot of
Because
infield
he slid
singles.
a lot like Pete Rose too.
Oh yeah, man. I love getting on base.
But I always think of Mutombo with the ESPN Sports Center commercials. He might have the greatest one to date. I loved it.
I miss those
The one with
Oh
the
my
cereal where the kid tries to toss the cereal and the person.
bam.
No. Not today.
I hate to start the episode out on that, but I wanted to put that first because
Yes,
I
you was.
wanted to, for us to kind of pay homage to them for a little bit and just, talk about some things you might remember. None of us were young enough to really watch Pete Rose play baseball. But
I saw Mutombo live.
oh yeah,
You did?
I saw Pete Rose get tombstoned.
Yeah.
yes.
Get tombstone,
Went to
yeah.
a Bullets
I
game
remember
when
that.
I
That
was
was
a kid,
awesome.
When
Yeah.
they were the Bullets. It was against the Nuggets.
That's
when
awesome.
Mutombo was on them.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's
Cool, man.
awesome. I mean,
I didn't realize he was only 58. That's crazy.
Yeah, I felt like obviously you don't want to see those are those legends. Those are the players and stuff that you always you hate to see.
You got napkins if you need them. Whoa.
You hate to see that name come across your ESPN ticker out of the blue because a lot of times that's the news you're getting is a certain
Gone
legend
too
has-
soon.
Yeah.
I know, day after day, too. It was crazy.
Pete Rose, his legacy leaving behind again, great player, but everybody, it kind of is always clouded by the whole betting scandal.
Yeah.
You know, he denied it for a long time, and then he did an autobiography where he did admit that he had been betting on professional sports.
Right.
But the one thing that always struck me about it was, and to the end of his days, he stuck with it, was that he never bet against his team.
Doesn't matter. That changes things. Like if you're betting on your team to win this game, but you don't bet on them all to win. You're in control of everything in that game. You might push the starter over what you're going to do to I'm going to give up next game to try to win this game because I bet on us to win this game.
Possibly.
You are giving up. You are changing that. You're going to change. You're going to manage that game differently. You're not going to even think about the future. You're trying to win this game. You bet money on it,
right.
and it does change things.
Yeah, I mean, I see that side of it. I also see the side that because you're not. I mean, when you're betting against your team and you're losing and making money, you're throwing your games. Like that's a pretty clear-sided thing.
Oh, I get. Yeah.
And I think that there is a difference between what he did, and I'm not saying that it was right, even though now I'm like we're one step away from. I mean, let's be honest here, from athletes being able to bet on themselves legally. I mean, like sports betting has become such a huge thing. People are betting on the side. Athletes are betting all the time and getting away with it. They're just not getting caught. I'm like, again, I think that's part of the legacy. It's like, it's like Bonds. Like Bonds left an insane legacy, but it'll always have a cloud over the top of it because of the steroid scandal. Pete Rose left an awesome legacy as far as, his time playing and managing in baseball, but it will always be clouded by.
See, and I disagree with you on the Hall of Fame. I don't they've been pretty steadfast that they're not going to put him in. I don't think just because he dies that they're going to change their mind. And I think that'd be fucked up if they did.
I don't think it's just because he died, but that's what all the talk has been for years.
Yeah.
They won't let him enjoy it while he's alive, so he deserves
If they do it posthumously, it's like they're kind of rubbing his nose in it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think they're going.
I don't think it will either.
I don't think it'll be anytime
We'll see.
soon, even though I made the comment today that I did.
The Hall of Fame guys see.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be anytime soon, but I think that it will happen. I definitely do.
What we got next?
I just learned something today
sorry.
that I didn't know that no one
right.
ever talks about is the commissioner who banned him for life, Paul Giamatti's dad. He died a month later. And there were rumors that he was going to ban him for life and that a couple years later he was going it was a big punishment to make us show up and they would report, but he died a month later and it was it just sealed his fate from then on because everyone was well, he was banned for life, no one ever talks about it. The commissioner who banned him for life died a month later.
So he was locked in.
Paul
at that point
Giamatti's
anyway.
dad.
Really?
Wow, that's nuts.
Wow.
Well,
Insane.
again, best wishes out to the families. Legends. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
He's
I
in
just
the
thought
giggle
of something
box over there.
around. Speaking of dead, how about the Buffalo Bills? They got killed last week.
He's just,
We're not there yet, Brent.
yeah.
No,
We're not there.
that's why I laugh. That's
You'll
why I
have your
laugh.
time. You'll have your time.
That's why I laugh.
It's the most off-topic, inappropriate moment I think we've ever had. He's like, speaking of dead.
Speaking of dead.
Brent.
Sorry, I know. You asked what I was thinking. That's why I snickered.
I got you.
Shout out Matumbo.
Yep.
You see, he was
Shout out
honest.
P Rose. Rest in power.
Yep, most definitely.
Adios.
They will be missed for sure. But let's move on to a bit of a happier side of a brighter side of the podcast. Let's talk about these MLB playoffs.
I thought you said we were talking about
shit.
something
I'm halfway
Score
through
update,
it.
Robert.
I'm halfway through it.
Robert, I need a sit rep right now.
It's 1-0. Ninth inning.
Ninth inning.
Yep, ninth inning.
You got Orioles magic. Da-da-da-da-da.
Got to get out of the
It's a real
top
song.
first.
Well,
We had
talk about the MLB
yeah, we had a little bit
Yeah.
of a wild, wild game yesterday, but
Doubleheader.
a doubleheader in
That
the
was
season.
wild, dude.
yeah.
That was by
They split
far.
the games. Both teams, the Mets and the Braves, in the playoffs now.
That was by far the craziest game
But
I
game one
probably ever
was
watched.
crazy, just because Atlanta had like a 3-0 lead.
You talk about mix of emotions, dude. I'm glad nobody
And
saw my reactions when I was
and then
by
Atlanta
myself
blows
in my
it.
house.
And then Atlanta ties it, and then the Mets take it back. It was wild.
I did have a
couldn't-
moment though where I did kind of feel like my inner Robert did come out because I was on the phone with Donnie and we
Oh, he had to hang up.
we were losing 6-3. Ozzy gets us back in. I'm like, hell yeah. And I'm like, how did it happen? I was driving, my service was in and out. I'm like, who did we put in after our starter? I'm like, who came in? I remember having a conversation with Cam in Baltimore. Fucking Joe Jimenez.
Yeah, Schwelly had 7 shutout innings.
He is the most unclutch pitcher
He's been so good in the
I've
regular
ever
season,
seen.
but
He
not
literally-
in the playoffs.
It's like it's the other team's birthday when he comes on the mound. He's like, "Oh, hey
Right down the
guys,
middle, right
hey
down the
guys,
middle."
guess what?" It's like that movie. What was the movie where the catcher tells the guy, and he's like, he's giving you a fastball right down the middle because the guy kept
yeah.
shaking him off the
You know-
side, and he's like, "How did he know that?" He's like, "Because I told him."
You know what I think of? The mom from Angels in the Outfield.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty much what he did.
You know what? Here you go.
Dude, they were rocking it. Every freaking pitch, they were rocking. Line drive. They weren't doing shit off Schwellenbach. They were either getting ground balls or foul outs or strikeouts.
Yeah.
All fucking game. It was ridiculous.
And I will say, no matter what, I have a feeling that the end result was probably going to be the same. Whether if the Mets won, they probably weren't going to go, even though they went harder than we thought they would in game 2, but they weren't going to push guys really hard. If the Braves would have won game 1, you can guarantee we were not going to put the strongest lineup in. We were going to kind of give some guys a chance. Deep down, yeah, I wish we would have. I know you said you'd rather play the Padres than the Brewers. I wish we would have gotten the Brewers because if you do manage to get past the Brewers, we go to the Phillies, who we've only lost
knocked us
one
out.
series against all year
They
this year.
knocked us out the last 2 years in the
But
playoffs.
like I said on the phone
I
earlier,
don't
it's
wanna see
different.
them.
It's different. I mean, you're going to have to at some point.
Did you say that last
Not
year?
to me. It's not different.
Playoffs
Yeah, I said it was
Playoffs
different
look
last
the
year,
same
and
to
guess
me
what?
as they
The
did
same
last
exact
year.
shit happened. I don't want to see
You're
him.
scared of Philly.
Me?
No,
Yeah.
Oh, I have no
scared
fright
of
of Philly.
Philly.
He might be. He's the one that's talking about he doesn't want
It's
to
not
play him.
afraid. It's just the last 2 years, 4 out of the last 5 games, 4 out of the last 5 games. They did the same exact thing no matter how good we did in the regular season. They did the same exact thing. So if we don't have to see them to the end, that's fine. I'll take it.
Hey, there's Adam. What's up, Adam? How you doing tonight, buddy? Good to see you.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
What's up?
I got somebody hollering at you for your
Services.
tremendous dog services. Gave you rave reviews today. They're gonna be reaching out to you sometime soon, buddy. But yeah, so the series, that first game, super stressful. I wanted to win the first one because it gives you it takes some pressure off your guys. You rest a little easier. The fact that it went the way it did sucked really bad because now you've worked the hell out of your team for a double header on a day that there isn't supposed to be baseball. And now after that, guess what? You're immediately leaving the stadium, tired guys after 2 games, getting on a plane and flying all the way to San Diego and immediately trying to go to sleep on the plane or when you get there and then jump up and be ready to play game 1 of a wild card series. That's a lot to ask.
Hey, Matt said the same thing. They're up 3-2 right now. So, I mean,
At least the plane does most of the flying.
True.
I will say, that we've been a thorn in the Mets. We've been a thorn in the Mets side for I don't know how long. They said the last 29 years. We've just been a thorn in the Mets side, and like I said in previous weeks, it's hard to hate a team that we beat every year. It's not like we're rivals. We beat them every year. So the fact that the fact that they came back and fought, it was like a boxing match, dude. The last 2 innings, it was insane. They won the game. I'll still say that was one of the best watch games I've ever watched, win or lose. They had guts to finish the way they did, and yeah, they won that game. But the last 2 years, or no, it was 2 years ago, when the NL East had 3 teams, they got a pretty big bonus for that. Guess what happened this past year? 3 NL East teams. We weren't kind of in it with the Mets, but the Mets, if they won, they were going to take their foot off the gas pedal. If we won, we were going to take our foot off the gas pedal. So, yeah, I'm glad we both made it and the Diamondbacks didn't. So at least we've got to finish that second game.
I think we should do like a little recap of our MLB preview. I can remember 2 things. Look out for the Diamondbacks. They were this close.
Oh, this close.
And the Detroit Tigers were going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
And
Look
the
how
last
they
2
came
months
back
of the
after,
year.
after they had
they
such
were
a shit start.
DOA. I think.
And pitching once again,
Yeah.
Struble, man, a guy that's
I
there in
I
the
should go
Cy-
rewatch
up there in
that
the Cy
episode
Young.
so I could see what freezing cold takes I had.
Right.
Well, hey, the Red Sox, hey,
Strong season, man.
better than we were about, I think, like
Right at 500.
6 games out or something like that. Like,
yeah, it wasn't
You're about
bad.
as mid team as you could be.
Oh, yeah, I sent him a
Yeah,
thing. We were
500, baby.
completely mid.
81 and 81.
So,
Well, there was a time at one point y'all were 76 and 76 with a run differential of 0.
That means
That's
it's
about
exactly,
as even as you can get, baby.
It's about as even. Down here,
crazy.
even is good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But hey, listen, we locked up core for a little bit longer.
Got
Yeah.
a lot of good
Next
young
year
guys,
should
man.
be better.
Yeah. Another year playing together.
But I'm looking forward to the playoffs, man. I think it's going to be good. I'd like Baltimore to win this game.
If I was them right now, I would go ahead and walk Adley to put a man in running.
1 on, no outs.
But no, they need to walk him to put someone on in scoring position because then we're done.
Look, Ekrig's
Once-
in, the guy I was telling you about.
Once
that dude
we get
Ekrig.
someone in scoring position, game's over because we can't get a hit.
Dude, is it 6 straight balls? Has he
Well,
pitched 6 straight balls?
I have to say one thing before moving on to any other teams that I have to disagree with you because that one kind of struck me. I have to hardcore disagree with you.
With
You were
what?
saying that well the Mets aren't really rivals. They're not rivals of ours. I have watched games, including yesterday's game 1, some of the hardest shit talking, body language movement, like between those 2 teams, and not just that game, but over the last few years, the Mets and the Braves are a intense rivalry.
Hugged each other.
They're a huge rivalry. Look at the game. I've got the card at home that signified the moment where Ozzie hit that home run when we were down whatever it was and came back and won like 13-11 or something. And he hit the walk-off. And the only reason it happened was because Pete Alonso kept sitting there talking shit to our pitcher. Throw it again. Throw it again.
Yeah, I remember.
Throw it again. And then they threw it again, and we came back. But I have to disagree because I think the rivalry with the Mets is just as strong as the rivalry with the Phillies. The only difference is the Phillies are stronger than the Mets, so it's you look at that rivalry a lot harder.
Yeah.
But I think the Mets are just as big. The Mets and the Phillies are easily the 2 biggest rivals we have, other than
No way. Sorry.
other than in the division because the other.
He was lucky to get
Jake
the call in
Rook.
the last one.
Guess who, Brent?
Guess who, Brent?
I don't know.
I think that's Josh's bro.
Oh.
I don't know why I said
I
Brent.
don't like that. That's mysterious.
I know, right? Halloween, man, it's creepy night, baby.
Yeah. We can move on.
Yeah, most definitely. But yeah, it's going to be some really tough games. The Braves have like I said, I think we have a really tough one tonight. I know the Padres, you were saying they're not pitching their best pitcher for game 1, which I guess they don't really have
They
to.
got a bunch of good guys.
But yeah, I mean, Tigers over Astros, Mets are looking. I mean, it's close. It's 3-2.
3-2. Still early.
Mets 0 outs, man on first, or Brewers, sorry, 0 outs, man on first. So I mean, that game's. I got a feeling that one's going to probably kind of go back and forth. I'm still sitting here. I know all of us are kind of keeping an eye on it. I'm just. I know. I feel like Robert's like burning me up with his eyes when I'm like about to say something about the Orioles.
You got to talk about it. So
I told Brent in the 6th inning we're not scoring.
you got one more out.
I mean, and if you don't,
It's only one game.
1-0 is it's not like a blowout. I mean, it's a respectable
In
game.
the playoffs, it doesn't matter though.
I get
A
it,
loss
but
it's a loss. It does.
I
They could have lost 10-0. It doesn't matter.
Totally disagree. I think a 10-0 loss, you demoralize
In a 3-game series, a loss is a loss. A 3-game series, the team who wins the first game 8-0.
We'll see.
Yeah, they got one more out to make it happen.
Got to compete.
One more out to make it happen. So
Excuse me.
wild card games are set. You know, you've got your series coming in. Got 4 teams with byes. Was it the Yanks, Phillies, Dodgers, and Guardians. So it'll be interesting to see how this wild card round shakes out.
Yep.
High hopes for a lot of teams. But let's move on because we had a big NFL week 4.
It's pretty big.
It was pretty big. I mean, some highs and lows. Like you said, Saturday, we needed a big Sunday on our teams, and we did not get it.
Yeah.
Our teams did not perform.
Why did you have a
My
bad Saturday?
fantasy team.
Huh?
Did you have a bad Saturday?
No, we had a
we
regular
were,
Saturday.
We were just talking to each other Saturday.
No, we had a regular
So we
Saturday,
need to-
Brent.
need
A
to
regular
pick Sunday.
Saturday of what?
Huh?
Of what?
Well, I watched the Xfinity race. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, very regular Saturday.
Sorry, somebody go.
DJU's magic broken finger all of a sudden benched now.
For the foreseeable future.
Did he lose it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Might as well have.
Yeah.
How many guys out there playing
He's
with a
throwing
broken
like he
finger?
did.
Josh Allen was out there the other night with his hand all taped up.
You comparing Josh Allen to DJ U?
Do what?
Are you comparing Josh Allen to DJ U?
No, I'm just saying quarterbacks can play with a broken finger.
Well, either way, like I said, I don't think that the broken finger. I think that's personally. I think
brave.
that's an excuse.
Good one.
I think that's an excuse. I think that he's tanked in the first 4 games or first whatever four
He's been
losses.
bad, and
Yeah.
they paid a lot of money for him. He's been bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, been terrible.
They put way too much in for him. Again, I'm not a big fan of the NIL,
Yeah,
but
they got to cut. They're just cutting losses right now.
I think so. And an injury is the easiest way to say, well, no, we weren't wrong. He's just hurt. So we have to bring someone else into play because he's hurt, and we can't risk that. I'm going to tell you right now, DJU's going to have a hard time finding a team that's willing to take a shot on him in the NFL.
We're talking about the
I
Florida
don't- he
State
won't get
Seminoles,
drafted.
just so
No.
you guys realize.
What?
I'm just saying we're talking about Florida State. We just kind of hopped into that one, I think.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's they lost to
Some people don't
SMU
know.
pretty badly.
which
The offen-
SMU is undefeated.
the offense
Our
is
season's
bad. The operation is bad.
We don't need to talk about
None of
that.
it looks good, and
Season's going downhill. We'll leave it at that.
yeah, it's
Talking about Tech getting destroyed
oh they haven't got destroyed
by the ref.
Oh, okay. They have not
By
got
the
destroyed in a
ref.
single game, but just briefly. I know
Toasted by the ref.
I think that the ACC had everything to do with that.
Oh yeah, they wanted.
Long
an
story
undefeated
short,
team.
if you want to know what happened in the game, go watch a replay. But it came down to
wanted
a
an
play in the end
undefeated team.
zone. They called it a touchdown on the field, and then miraculously, for some reason, they saw indisputable evidence
Yeah,
that it
6
was an
minute.
incomplete catch, and Miami wins.
6
Right,
minute
so-
review.
so-
Yeah, there was no.
So somebody in Charlotte, cloak and dagger type shit. It was like, we can't have Miami losing the Tech. There are best chance of the second team getting into the playoff, or even a team if Clemson has a bad end of the year or something. So, yeah. So,
Yeah, man.
and
That was crazy.
that was a wild end of the game.
It was.
That was Friday night. We had a wild Friday night with that ending. Saturday, you had the Georgia Alabama game, crazy.
Yeah, that was
you
wild.
had the Ole Miss losing, right,
In Oxford.
to Kentucky,
Kentucky,
and
wow.
then we just jump into Sunday, and it starts. NFL.
Number
I think that's what we
23,
all
go Met.
want to talk about, but like NFL was a little nuts. You had a good game last night on Monday night because we're doing this Tuesday. The other Monday night game, I like the double barrel Monday night games.
I do too.
I
Yeah,
enjoy it.
not bad. Because
Actually,
there's usually one bad one, one good one. So at least you have to watch a good one.
But what happens when What if you get two really good ones?
Yeah, you just go back and forth.
Ultimate-
Better than
It-
two
it-
really bad
But
ones.
there wasn't. There was one good one last night, one bad.
So, but yeah,
One
Sunday
bad.
Sunday was wild, right? We had a lot of good games. So
Okay, I gotta know who James Rook is.
Jake Rook.
Or-
Jake Rook.
yeah, Jake Rook.
I think it's Josh's brother.
okay, wait a second.
It's Slipper
I think
It's Slipper House.
Wait a second. No. I know who this is now. I know who this is.
Oh, it's your guy.
It's my buddy James at work.
Oh, okay.
He'd always be telling.
I was
corny-
gonna say, guess who, Brent?
corny jokes like this. So now I know.
Oh, okay.
It is my buddy James. Shout out James.
NIL. A good one. All right. At least we're getting
You got
some
number
engagement.
23. Go Mets.
I think that's Andrew. I'm not sure.
Is it?
Number 23, reveal yourself. We're getting engaged now.
There we go. We got some people coming in.
Let's rock.
So, Baltimore.
We can start right there Sunday night.
Yep. I mean, Sunday, anytime Sunday. I mean, Eagles lost in pretty terrible fashion. Baker put it on us. I'm like, Baker put it on us. Tampa Bay as a whole put it on us.
And then they put you all the playoffs last year. You know how much just love getting torched by Baker Mayfield.
Okay,
Maybe.
You can say that all you want. Yeah, our defense got shredded twice. However, Todd Bowles is a very intelligent coach. He knew how to exploit our team both times. We had injuries.
Todd Bowles is good.
We had
against
injury after injury at the end of last year. Guess what? We were going into last game with no Lane Johnson, no A.J. Brown, no Devontae Smith. So he knew
I heard
exactly.
you say a bunch of offensive players. I didn't hear you say one defensive player. We were talking about how the offense torched your defense.
Right. I said that.
Right, but then you said, yeah, you can say that, but we had injuries with a bunch of offensive players.
Right. Because we couldn't keep the ball on offense. When you keep the ball on offense, your defense stays off the field. When your defense is tired, they get shredded, and that's what happens.
Well, I mean, they gave up points right off the bat, so it wasn't
Yeah.
being tired. They gave points off. They
look
stopped
good.
them
The Bucks
towards.
have looked good all
They
year.
stopped them towards the end of the game. They couldn't stop them in the beginning of the game when they were.
Minnesota got off to a
They
hot
could have made
start.
it a game. Jalen fumbled at the end. We could have had a touchdown. After that, it'd been 30.
Ravens had a hot start to their game. Derrick Henry, for as guy as big as he is, should not be able to run 21 miles an hour.
6'3", 250 pounds.
21 miles
And
an
no
hour.
one, like,
He's got an
in a dead
insane
sprint,
diet,
No
man.
one was keeping up with him. They weren't even keeping up with him. They were just falling back. And I'm like, dude,
You're
not
going
even
to
gaining a
tackle a
step.
freaking refrigerator at 20 miles an hour.
Mandos now.
That's
Unfortunately,
right.
they're trying to get
He's been
Redskins
doing
back.
that since he was at Alabama.
I know. It's just awesome. That
Yeah.
he's
He
on my
got
team
you.
now.
He said, "Tell him who I am."
Oh, he'd be. Yeah, see, I got
Calm down on the snacks, Braves. Good lord. Number 23 must know you are.
Let's calm down on the snacks, Braves jersey.
Tell me how to live my life.
Yeah,
number
dude,
23.
seriously, I love it. Don't tell me how to live my life.
There we go. At least we
Freaking
got
Bon
some
Jovi
engagement.
told me that, man.
Right?
It's my life.
My life. Adam, it's Herschel. It's like Herschel Walker speed.
Yeah, Eric
I mean,
Dickerson.
It's
They were
wild. and
comparing
just
him
like-
to Eric Dickerson.
just-
He's
I didn't think
huge.
he had an 87-yarder in him,
no.
to be honest.
No.
He's done that.
That's good.
A lot of
But I
his
didn't-
career.
I know
But big
I know he
yards.
still had it. I knew he had that in his back.
Patrick
but-
Ricard blocking for him too.
That was just a
He's insane.
well-blocked play. I mean, it's just saying,
Ricard's a beast.
so our offensive line
And
is
he got that
taking a
fumble
little time to
recovery.
get together the first couple games.
Sounds
The
like
last
Baker
two
baked
games,
y'all.
We rushed all over Dallas.
Good job.
And now we rushed all over Buffalo. So,
Good job.
well, listen. When Buffalo came into the game, they were the bell of the ball.
I said good job.
Hey, he's giving you
That
props.
sounded real condescending.
I'm sorry.
Because I love the Cowboys into it.
I'm sorry you hear what you
All right,
want to
that's
hear.
not it.
I
I'm gonna
said
tell you
good
right
job.
now. I'm gonna.
Andrew, somebody else. Number 23. We do not know who you are.
I will say this. It sounds like Baker Bakershaw. That's pretty good from the Rook over here. I think that's checkmate.
Oh, good one.
Baker Bakershaw.
Oh, that's a counter joke, James. That's a counter joke.
There you go.
Oh,
Very good. Very
But-
good.
All right.
There was other good
What-
games.
Yeah,
though.
there was a lot of good.
you got the
games.
games pulled up? I don't have the games pulled up. Because there were
Let's
some
see.
good ones. Minnesota
God, the
Green Bay
Broncos
game was
Jets
good.
was a shit show.
What's that?
Broncos Jets was just a shit show. They should
I
have
feel
won at
bad-
the end, and it was
I feel
the
bad for the
freaking
fans who
weather.
had to go sit in the rain and watch a
Dude.
10-9 game. and lose.
Rodgers was pissed because it was like supposed to be 16 cloudy, and then all of a sudden just rains the whole game.
Yeah, well, Aaron Rodgers
New
can't
York
control the weather.
That's New York.
Yeah, up and down. Dallas over New York.
Pure beef boy. Man, it's all
Doesn't
muscle.
mean anything.
20-15. I mean,
Dallas got Pittsburgh this week.
it means you added another win to the win column.
Yeah.
Dallas had Pittsburgh.
They've done that 13
Hold on,
times
can we
in a
talk
row.
about this? Because I had a
It's not
talk with
worth it.
Randy earlier. I don't know if you guys realize this. There's videos going viral about bettors in that game.
Oh,
Mr. Aubrey comes up at the end of that game.
I lost out on
Up
I lost
20 to
out on-
15.
I
That's
lost
so
out.
stupid.
I missed
Do
a
you
$150
actually-
ticket.
Players are not going to do that.
He looked like he missed it on purpose.
No, he didn't.
No, I think
He
he just
did.
missed them.
When he got back to the huddle, he was dapping his guys up. They're up 5.
They do
with the
that.
Giants giving the ball back.
Field
They were
goal
happy
kickers
about
gap up after every miss. Every miss.
Dap up.
They do it after every miss. How much football do you watch?
I watch
After
it all the
every
time.
single
I don't
miss,
fucking see a dap
they,
up.
The
Yes,
offensive,
show
the
us
offensive
the
linemen
kick.
come up and they
Kick,
gap.
baby.
Yeah,
Great
they
kick.
do it.
I never see it, but you see it.
I do.
You see it.
Every
I
single.
say I see a good job after a missed kick, but I don't see a dap up. I never see a dap. Good kick, baby.
All right. You really think Aubrey missed the kick on purpose?
He hasn't missed a kick
in
in
a
his career.
in a 5-point
Vegas,
lead.
baby. Vegas.
No way.
Vegas.
In a 5-point.
The spread was
lead.
5.5.
They could lose the fucking game if they were
And a
missing
lot
the
of people
kick.
can make money
No.
too.
You're fucking.
lot of
Oh my
people. A
god.
lot of people. Can
They
make
needed 8 points to make it a
You know how
touchdown
many
and a
fucking
2-point.
people made money off that?
Grow up, bro.
So many people.
Jeez.
So many.
Right. Yeah, all of these players are
Yeah,
really
Aubrey told me
going
on
to
that one,
start.
but
You know what?
Obviously a conspiracy theory.
It was over 50-yarder. I mean, you can say what you want. It's not like it was a chip shot. It was a 50-yarder.
The conspiracy.
Pretty big conspiracy.
Hey,
a
man,
pretty
we're
stupid
starting some
conspiracy is
engagement.
that.
What's the
I
next
like
game?
the fire.
I say they keep calling me Braves jersey
I like
boy.
the
I'm
fire.
obviously, these folks haven't watched the episode or a single
Yeah,
episode. They don't know
Randy.
that I'm the Diesel right here. Now you can talk
Have
shit
the
about
games
me.
pulled up. Fire him now.
Yep. So yeah, Bucks over Eagles, Broncos, Jets, Vikings, Packers. That was a lot closer than I thought it would be, to be honest.
Yeah, they came back.
Yeah, that one ended up being pretty close at
Can't-
the end.
Just like the Bama game.
Falcons and
28-0.
Saints.
Man,
Hey,
Derek looking a little more like Derek in
Coup
that
at the
game.
end, man. Mr. Coup
I mean, they
comes up clutch.
I mean, it was close again. Yeah, I mean,
Their games are always like that. The
They
Saints
play a lot.
Falcons are always.
they play a lot of
Yeah.
that games.
I know. Wouldn't you like to know, huh?
Bengals Panthers. I kind of felt like, I mean, Dalton still wasn't. I mean, it wasn't bad, but he's better than what they were going to have given the alternative. But teams are going to plan for Dalton, and I'm like, let's remember. I mean, yeah, he's an 11-year vet. There was still a reason why he was a second stringer. There's a reason why.
He didn't do bad last game at all.
No, he didn't, but he's still
Was their
there. He's like a Flacco answer to me. He's your answer right now. He can band-aid the
I
situation.
wish we could
but
have Flacco Dalton later
He's
on.
like most backups. He can
Look at Flacco.
jump
Did it
in
again.
for a game.
That's a
maybe
game
two,
to talk
and
about.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But he's
Well,
not.
Flacco
The
magic.
reason he's not a starter.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, he's had a long career, but it's at the same time, you got to figure out what what the direction is. Yeah, I mean, 25 for 40, 220, 2 touchdowns and a pick. I mean, pretty border or right in the middle stats there.
Talking about Flacco, though.
Flacco making a
Richardson
comeback.
gets hurt, and guess who comes in?
Flacco
With
saves
the
the day.
magic again.
Joe Flacco.
Makes Pittman relevant.
Joe
Of
Flacco
course.
beating the Steelers.
They should stick
And
with
the
Flacco.
Ravens win?
Richardson isn't that
That's
great.
a double good day
They just
for
need
me.
a pocket passer. It's like, I mean,
Hey,
it's like the
Richardson's not that
Browns.
good.
He has a very strong arm.
I haven't liked Richardson since before the draft. When he was
just-
drafted, I didn't.
He has no
Flacco's
touch.
smart. He knows the playbook.
He's not very good at throwing short or medium balls.
And he has a long windup when he throws.
Yeah.
Extremely long release. Giggity.
Extremely long release.
He's very athletic, and that helps him
Yeah.
get by. But no,
Got a few
I don't think
Washington
he's
fans
that
on
great.
here. Quite a few.
Yeah, the Texans over Jags. Texans, man.
Jags are just not looking good. They haven't won a game since
Texans not looking that
the
good either.
The middle of
Yeah,
last
like
year.
Texans have
Texans?
they
3-1.
They've made it happen.
It's
Um,
look, it's
They
like
haven't
messy.
looked like
It's
like
looking messy.
But I'm like, I mean, still, Nico Collins, 151 yards and a touchdown. CJ,
They didn't
345
have
yards, 2
Mixon.
touchdowns. He was
Didn't have Mixon
27
either.
for 40. I mean, that's
that
pretty
Cam-
solid.
They had Cam Akers at running
They need,
backs.
they
Trevor
need their
Lawrence
defense to
sucks.
kind of come through, huh?
Trevor Lawrence sucks.
Yeah, I feel like he's that guy who had so much hype that you've been waiting every year to see.
Middle of
Like,
last
okay,
year,
this
they were
is that year where
really
he
good.
kind of really
And
developed.
everyone got
explodes.
fooled by one game where the Chargers chargered, and everyone's like, "This guy's fucking great."
Chargers. So legit.
Trevor Lawrence is amazing.
Man, would you be up? Beer me, please.
You got it, buddy.
Thank you.
And outside of that game, he's done really nothing in the NFL.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree.
Slipper House. Washington football team.
We got a few Washington.
Yeah,
fans.
yeah,
yeah.
And
Washington
Herb
football.
yeah.
They don't punt.
I'm gonna tell you now.
They don't punt.
They don't?
That's just crazy.
They don't punt.
Yeah, Colts over Steelers, Bears over Rams. Bears, coming through. Rams, I mean, I
It's a
feel like
really good
Rams.
celebration by Caleb.
Good celebration when he got his touchdown.
No, at the end of the game after they won, you didn't see the
You do double fist bump.
the double fist pump jumping. It was a very what did I say? Look
Flamboyant.
at this hip hip hurrah motherfucker looking at. Like,
Like in a, it's like in a shampoo commercial or something. It's like,
like he jumped in a very awkward fashion at the same time that he put both his hands up in the air. It was
That's great.
funny.
DeAndre Swift, and we're not getting into fantasy yet, but DeAndre's been struggling this season. He
Great
sat
day.
on my bench over the weekend, and that was good to see that he led the team in both receiving and rushing.
Who's that?
DeAndre Swift. DeAndre.
Yeah.
Swift?
Yep.
He took advantage of the.
But yeah, I think
beat
that's
up
funny.
team.
Caleb Williams, I mean, I guess you got to celebrate the W. I mean, because he's damn sure not celebrating the 157 yards and 1 touchdown that he threw during the game. Because that's, I mean, I guess he didn't need to if he had
Win's a
Swift.
win.
Still- But that's what I'm saying. That's really the only thing he had to celebrate was the win because
Yeah.
he wasn't really that productive.
day,
Stafford,
that's what you need.
Stafford had his struggles as well. But
Bears, excuse me.
Yeah, defense is huge for them.
They don't have an offensive line.
yeah. So the big one that I'm looking at, and I know people keep talking about it. I got you, Josh. Commanders Cardinals, man.
Andrew,
And I know you.
Andrew and Jake
Oh,
too.
Is Andrew in here?
Oh, it's
Andrew's in here.
CJ.
Jake
Andrew's in here. What?
Yeah, Andrew's
Where's
in here.
Andrew?
But he's not. He hasn't commented yet. But we're waiting for him to on the Washington.
Hold on. Where's that Andrew?
He hasn't commented yet, but he told me he was in the chat.
Okay. All right.
Waiting for us
Well,
to talk about Washington.
Let's talk about Washington because for rookie quarterbacks, it takes me a while to be all in, and I'm not all in on Jaden Daniels. But I'm gonna tell you
I
now,
am.
he is impressing me.
He's
He is impressing me. His skills on the field, accuracy, his IQ, but just how he's been poised. He has shown himself on the field to not look like a
Does it
rookie.
remind you of a young version of a 2-time MVP?
RG3 wasn't a 2-time MVP.
No, he's current. He's the reigning MVP, actually.
True.
Does he remind you of anybody like that?
He reminds me of a couple players.
Jersey boy, what the fuck?
I'm not going to say it, Brent. I'm not going to say it. So you.
He's a more polished passer
Yes.
than Lamar was when he
Oh,
first came
for
out. But
sure.
he's got a little bit of that shiftiness in his rushing game, coupled with how accurate he's been with the ball.
Yeah.
It's
He's
looking
very,
good.
very
It's-
finely
it's
groomed,
looking
man.
really good.
He was very
So,
finely groomed.
I hope he.
We got the Frankenstein thing though. Can we go that? I'll go that far. You got like Lamar's legs, but RG's arm. I mean, he has reminded me of early RG3 when he first came in the league because nobody could plan for him. I mean, he was very, I guess, prototypical when he came out. Now,
I think the difference would be RG didn't spend near as much time in college. He wasn't as well groomed at all. He also came into the NFL with 2 knee injuries. Then he got his third right as he started playing. the difference with Jaden, he just is like an automatic leader. Like as soon as he stepped foot in the locker room, he was a leader. You can see in these games. And I didn't mention it last week. I told you guys he was a starter at Arizona State. He was the only freshman to come in and be a starter right off the bat at Arizona State. And they got to play here in Arizona last week, so he got to go back to his alma mater, visit, and hang out. And then they destroyed the Cardinals in Arizona, 42-14?
Yep.
Killed them.
And it was crazy to watch, man. They can't be stopped. They didn't even have Eckler.
And
they didn't even have Eckler. They were going ham.
And
with
we're talking
McNichols or whoever the heck it was.
Yeah.
It was McNichols and Robinson all day, man. It was insane.
And we talk big on Jaden Daniels, and I know he's the big flashy player that the rookie that's coming in as quarterback, because you want a quarterback. He's your centerpiece. But we don't really seem to give enough credit to all the other pieces on the team that have really come through for Washington. Zach Ertz,
McLaurin.
Robinson, McLaurin.
Yes.
Like you said, Eckler was out this week, but
He's been doing good.
Eckler's been consistent, man. They have pretty damn close to a complete team, I would say.
Cliff might have it working
They
out
have
there.
a pretty good O-line, too.
Yeah,
Their
and
O-line's real healthy
that's-
right now.
As an Eagles fan, as an NFC East fan, they're
And the Commanders
they're gonna
had
be-
y'all's number.
Yeah.
Even when they were bad.
And
when they
look,
were
When Ron Rivera was still the coach,
man.
they had y'all's number.
Look, to fight the good defense, bad offense thing, they don't have the best defense, and they've proved in previous games, but their offense is on the field so much, they don't punt. They're keeping their defense off the field most of the games, so when their defense comes on the field, they're fresh. So that's what you were seeing. The first few drives, Arizona was able to come down the field, but then Jaden kept the ball most of the game, and their defense stayed fresh. So
I wish James.
that's how they've been doing. That's their formula right there.
Jacob keeps calling me Jersey Boy. If anything, it's Pony Boy. So let's ease back on the Jersey Boy.
Yeah, Jersey boy.
My wife tells me that all the time. Stay sweet, Pony Boy.
Golden.
He is our host.
Stay golden.
Stay golden. I mean, she tells me stay lots of things.
Stay away.
Exactly.
Hey,
Stay your damn mouth shut, Pony Boy.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm like Washington, especially right now in the East. I mean, they've got it going on. They've got a. I just had it up. Guess you guys should fire me. They've got an up and down schedule. Next week against the Browns, and then they go to
Baltimore.
the Balt.
They got to come down
Be a
to the
good
bank.
game.
They got to come down to the bank.
That's going to be a good game. That's going to be.
Similar type quarterbacks.
What's that?
It's up.
You beat me to it, Robert.
What's up?
You said it
They
got to come down.
No, they go up to the bank.
Oh, don't be a smartass.
Yeah, here we go.
But yeah, then you've got
You're right.
Panthers, Bears, Giants, Steelers, Eagles, Cowboys, Titans, Saints. I mean, they got a lot of winnable games on their schedule.
What happens when you finish last?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
Yeah,
but it's
they look damn good. Who'd they lose
your
to?
boy is killing me, bro.
Who'd they lose to week 1?
He's killing me.
You guys remember?
Oh, dude. James will always be just popping out one-liners. I'm like this all the time.
The Jets.
Whatever you
Yeah,
say.
they lost to the Jets week 1, 20-17. It was a close game.
Washington. No, they got spanked the first week. It was like 36-21.
Oh, regular season. I'm over here looking at preseason.
No.
Yeah, 37-20. It still wasn't. I mean,
Who was
17
it though?
points.
I can't remember.
Bucks. Yeah.
Bucks. Okay.
Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks. You're just spanked.
So, like, if you look at the scores or whatever, you look at this over the whole week, which team, like, you look at them like, okay, they showed me a little something, like somebody that you're like, okay, and we're just glazing the Commanders there for a little bit.
Vikings.
The Vikings, I put them up there. Everybody keeps doubting them, and they just keep winning. Flores got that defense flying around. Sam Darnold's being what the Jets thought they were getting with
Yep.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And-
But I mean,
and-
sometimes it takes a couple years of
but
extra
the
development.
Jets do what the Jets do, and can't develop a quarterback to save their life.
Look at that team, though. Just like the Bama game, it was like 28-6, and everybody thought it was over. They took their foot off the gas pedal, and guess what happened? Jordan Love got them back in that game, and they lost by 2 points because they didn't get an onside kick at the end. I mean, they came back.
But I think the team that I probably left the most impressed with was probably the Broncos. Their defense is playing good. They went on the road in the rain.
Zerline missed the field goal but
it's
that
still
game.
their defense kept it a good game. And they shut down Breece Hall.
Yeah, they
Aaron
did.
Rodgers wasn't doing anything. They played
Shut
a good
down
game.
Garrett Wilson, too.
So, Bo Nix will come along. I'm not saying he's elite by any means.
Yeah.
But you give
got the
him a
job
few
done.
games. I think that's why Sean Payton likes him, because he can make the Drew Brees type throws. That's why Drew Brees' completion percentage was always super high. Coming out of college, that was Bo Nix's thing, super high completion percentage. Well, he's just going to dish it out. I think he needs another weapon out there. I think he needs another guy that might be available. I know the Raiders wouldn't do it, but there's a team crazy enough out there like the Broncos to do it. Devontae Adams said he wants to be on the trade block. We were talking about it before the show. It's like, give up a two.
The magical hamstring injury.
You think the Broncos are crazy not to give up a two? I know, but yeah. Okay, what if they give him a one? The Raiders, when you think the Raiders turn out a one?
I think that's a tough one. If
Broncos are stupid if they give up a 1.
I'm not saying they would, but like interdivision, yeah. But I'm just saying, Devontae on the trading block, there's going to be a huge market for him.
Josh, I want you to know if we do a Halloween episode where we dress up for the episode, that's who I'm dressing up as. Just want you to know.
Who?
Silent Bob. Everybody at my job is like,
Silent Bob,
when I have my hair down and my hat on backwards, they're like, dude, Silent fucking Bob, man.
Brent's got to be Jay.
I got to be what?
Brent's got to be Jay.
I don't have
the
the hair, man.
long wig, man. Come on,
Steve
get the
Boggs,
blonde
little
wig.
man.
Short J.
Yeah,
He's really tall, dude.
true. But yeah,
The thing is, the Jets, man, they needed Perk Rogers in that game. I just watched that video the other night. I think somebody sent it to the fantasy group, The Legend of Perk Rogers. Have you seen that one?
No.
the fields were
When
terrible.
it was when he played
Conditions
on
were
Green
bad.
Bay, and they were interviewing him after the game, and he had gone in the locker room with an injury, and it was a knee injury, and they called it the Legend of Perk Rogers. He came out, his fucking pupils were like this big, and they're talking to him, and they're like, what happened? He's like, and he's like not blinking. He's like, yeah, we went in the back, and Doc took a look at it, and I told him it takes something absolutely crazy to keep me out of this game, and so they took a look at it, and Doctor did the test, and came back out, and then they show the clips of it, and I'm like, Perk Rogers, the most spot on passes I've ever seen. And that's coming from Aaron Rodgers, who's been a pretty good quarterback his whole career, elite for a lot of it. But I'm like, dude, throwing dots.
Yeah.
Throwing dots. But the look on his face when they're talking, he's like trying to like smile and stuff, not blinking, eyes like this big, like, yeah. And so the doctor, he did the test, and I was good to go. And it came back out and got the W. I'm like, dude, he's fucked up right now, dude. Like, completely twisted.
It'd be
That's
funny
who
if
they
Miami's
needed.
coach come out like that.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure he has.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Oh, man.
But yeah, you said games that surprised you. I mean, besides Washington, of course, I got to stick with the Indianapolis game. I mean, freaking Flacco coming in.
Oh,
again.
yeah. That was good.
His number gets called, quarterback gets hurt. I mean, he comes in, man, and immediately makes a difference. And those passes were dimes. Like, some of those passes over the shoulder, some of those touchdowns is dimes, man. He hasn't lost a touch at all. And he might
Elite
he's
Joe
in a-
Flacco, prime Joe Flacco was pretty good.
He's in a good, yeah, he was. For the
Shitty
Ravens,
Joe
yes, he
Flacco was bad.
There's no, I mean, he had a few
There was
years.
a lot of check down Joe. I mean, everything. Oh my god.
He's past that. He's just ready to sling it, man. His last few years, he wants to sling the ball. He's got good receivers, good running back.
I feel like that's what most
Shane
of those teams,
Steichen.
they tell him.
Steichen as his head coach too. He's our guy right there.
When he comes in as second string, you can't really put that, like a guy like Flacco, you can't really fence him in and box him in and be like, this is what. That's the kind of guy at that point in his career, you gotta be like, look, dude, just let it fly, bro.
That's what Cleveland did, and look what happened. They got
So
into the playoffs.
if you got teams that you like, who's on fraud alert? Who's on fraud alert?
Oh, this one's gonna start some shit.
Fraud alert.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
As a Philadelphia fan.
I mean, let's be honest here.
Honestly,
they have not shown consistency, and I know we've had Brown and Devontae out,
And Lane.
and Lane, but you got to be willing to step up and play around those things. We've done some great things. I'm not saying we have a garbage team or our season's in the shitter, but right now, that's my concern is the fraud alert. I'm not saying we're there, but that's my concern. I want to see us kind of get
playing
this
games
stuff.
like we're trying to win a Super Bowl every game. Going for it on
And
fourth down
it's
every
not
fucking
just-
time
yeah,
in the
it's
red
not-
zone.
I was-
Just kick it.
I was going to say it's not just
That's
our
why.
players. It's we've had some
Coaching.
bad coaching calls, some bad decisions that were made. I like Sirianni, but
We could easily be 3-1 though.
yes,
And
sometimes
I don't know if
you
you'd be
have
saying
to
that.
you have to really be careful that line between aggressive and safe. You can't just live on the aggressive side and hope to win games all the time. And that's where we've been at a lot this season. Is just like, oh, well, if we're aggressive all the time, like I hate this new thing that they have where it comes up and it like AI computer measures whether or not you should go for it on fourth down. I'm like, who gives a shit about that? Like,
Situational.
dude, yeah, make a determination. Good coaches will make the right ones. Bad coaches won't.
In the right situations, you do things differently.
And we've come through on fourth down on some that we really needed, but at the same time, we
Not
have
4th and 1. If it's
No.
4th and more than 1.
yeah, and like you said,
been fist
situational.
pushing. Yeah, we haven't been
Jake
fist pushing.
Elliott, who is one of the best kickers. He's an awesome kicker. He's got a ton of leg. Like, dude, let the dude do what you pay him. Let him kick some field goals here and there.
Yep.
Keep you in the game. Some situations, okay, go for it. But I'm like, damn, dude, when you're down 3 points at halftime and you're well within his range, don't. There's 4th and 1 even. Take damn points.
You got a bye week.
I got
live,
be okay.
live to fight another
I got
another
team notes
down.
on fraud alert, and they actually won this
okay.
week.
Oh,
The Texans.
the Texans on fraud alert.
I think the Texans are on fraud alert.
think you're
Their
insane.
offense, it's not. It's been Nico and Joe Mixon's been hurt, and not a whole lot going on. The defense, that's D'Amico Ryan's calling card, and the defense has been bad. They've been giving up a lot of points, and they just don't look like.
Crispy.
No, not at all. They
Not on
no
defense,
Chris.
no.
They're soggy as hell.
Yep.
They are soggy right now. CJ Stroud looks like he's got a little bit of that sophomore slump about him. Like, he had a breakout year last year. It just does. I think they can get it together because the division isn't that hard, but they had to play a tight game with the Jaguars. And I don't think the Jaguars are. I mean, they got punked by Buffalo a couple weeks ago. And we all know how much they suck. So it's like.
Oh God, here we go. We're gonna talk about that game in a minute.
Is Ronnie not in here?
No, I told him.
So so they look a little fraudulent to me. Like it's maybe they're pressing a little bit just because they had a lot of expectations heaped onto them preseason. Maybe they're shrinking up a little bit, but I expect them to come into there a little bit. But just for right now, they're on fraud alert. They're not frauds. They're
Yeah.
on fraud alert.
Well, and
What do you got, Rob?
first week of buys. That's something that some of these teams they're going to get a chance to regroup with these next few weeks of buys. First week of buys starts this week, so hopefully, who's Rob's fraud alert?
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
They haven't led a second
That's true.
All season.
single game.
They haven't let a second in the game.
Yeah, they won
That's
at
a
the
tough-
last second against the Jags.
That's a
didn't they?
tough stat.
Yeah, they won
4
as,
weeks into the
they won
season.
as time expired against the Jags.
Ugh.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, and I've seen a lot of stuff about Tyreek Hill. His production, his numbers just haven't been there, and part of that's going to be Tua
Yeah.
not being
you don't
there.
have
You
anyone
haven't-
throwing them the ball.
But
Yeah, fuck
if you're
Huntley.
if you're a
Tyler
second,
Huntley.
but if you're a
Not
second
okay
string
at football.
quarterback,
Who's
and you
okay
have
for
a
you
guy
guys?
like
our system.
Tyreek
Yeah,
Hill,
in your system.
to me that's your safety
Not
net.
Miami.
Like, hey, if I need to take a shot, I'm giving him the shot at it, and
I parlayed David Montgomery first touchdown score with Tyreek Hill first touchdown score last night. And he had Tyreek Hill wide open
Oh, I saw that.
and
I saw that.
threw it out of bounds, really.
By a mile. And it would have been the.
It was $5 for like 300.
Oh, yeah, I bet that was
50 or
huge.
something like that.
That was huge.
that sucks to hear. I mean, I don't really like Miami, so it doesn't really suck for me to hear, but
They're falling
it
apart.
sucks for parlays when you've got a big parlay on.
Shows
something
when
like
your
that.
leader's out what it does to a team, and then your coach just panics. Panic mode.
Who's Philly got next week?
Bye.
Go out,
Bye.
bye week. We got rest next week. Everybody's gonna get healthy.
We got the Bengals.
We got it healthy,
I did
and then we're gonna see what happens.
An old commercial that I hadn't
y'all
seen
off too?
in so long. It was on Facebook Reels today. Do you guys remember the Snickers commercial with the quarterback who takes the shot? And the caption was Tua walking back to the sideline. He's like, takes a shot, and he's like back on there. They cart him to the sideline, and the coach comes out or whatever, and he's like, "You okay?" He's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you know where you are?" And he's like, "I'm at the game." He's like, "Do you know who I am?" He's like, "Coach." He's like, "Do you know who you are?" And he's like, "I'm Batman." It was Tua after taking his shot was like, "Damn, dude, they're still coming at him with him."
Leave him alone. Leave the man alone.
What about you? You got a fraud? You got a fraudster?
Fraud. I don't know. That's a tough one.
I do have one other than the Phillies, or the Eagles, but
I mean, I hate to say it because they've been so freaking lucky the last few years, but I don't see the Chiefs playing well. I know they've been riddled with injuries, but
Rasheed Rice going down.
They're 4 games.
Big deal.
It's been a big defense, a lot of defense. Their defense has been playing very well. Their offense has been playing just good enough to get by.
And their quarterback,
they've gotten bailed out by 3 big calls in 3 of their first games. I mean, a few.
It's the same conversations everyone had with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Because they won with their defense most of those Super Bowls.
I don't know where they're at on cap space, but do you think with Rasheed Rice going down, do you think they're in the running for Adams?
Another interdivision trade.
They're trying to get it. They're trying to get a receiver. I heard badly. I heard Rasheed Rice's injury is not as bad as everyone.
They're going to be just fine.
I mean, if it's a true tear, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't see him coming back this year.
They're going to be fine.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, everyone said last year without Tyreek, Rasheed Rice stepped up. Now Rasheed Rice is going to go down. Xavier Worthy will step up. Like
True.
It's not. It's Andy Reid.
I've seen this story. No.
No, I've seen this story. No.
I hate this one. God.
Everyone always tells this story, and I don't like.
No, he's not wrong though. Like
I know.
Everyone just dunks on the Chiefs, and then they
have a great defense. And that's what the Patriots
get into the playoffs, and then.
Yep. I know.
What about the Rams?
They don't have enough.
They're very injury riddled right now.
That's what I'm saying. Between
Kyron's doing
offensive
very
line,
well with what he
injuries,
has.
I mean, are they on alert? I mean, that's still a reason to
I
be on
don't think
alert.
they were.
I don't think they
really
Yeah.
anything that anyone was talking much. I would. That's why I didn't put the Cowboys on, because they weren't any good in my eyes in the first
Puka
place.
and
So
Cooper is different,
they're-
obviously, but I don't know. Their defense isn't great. They don't have Donald anymore. Their O-line's depleted, and their receivers are down. Really, Kyron, I don't know how he's been doing so good with what he has, but he has been doing good. It's crazy.
Well, because he's a hell of a running
He's
back.
a beast.
Yeah, Mike.
He's a beast.
Oh, we got Battle of the Frauds next week. Bills and Texans playing each other.
Battle of the Frauds. I think that'll
I'm
be a
looking
good
ahead to
game.
5.
He wants it to be true so bad.
Yeah.
I got Bills by 17.
Oh, wow.
Bills by
You're
17.
talking that into existence.
No, I think that'll be a great game.
I think Bills by 17.
That's
Bills
insane.
do good. Bills do really good
That's
on the bounce
insane.
back from a big loss.
You really do want
see.
that to be true, don't you, Brent?
What?
Bills and Texans frauds.
I root for every other team in the
AFC.
every team in the AFC to fail except for the Ravens.
Right. I'm
The
good.
boat to suck. We got speaking of the Bengals, we got them this week, and that defense, Bengals defense, is a sieve. We are gonna run all over them. We're gonna go to their house, and we're gonna kill them. Baltimore.
What do we have? What conversation?
Baltimore minus 2.5. You have got to be kidding.
What conversation did we have before?
Over unders 50.5.
What conversation
Burrow's
did we
got
have
weapons
before
back.
the podcast, Brent?
What?
What conversation we have for the podcast,
You got
Brent?
what?
About what?
When you think you know
Burrow's got
I
weapons.
know.
something in the
I know.
NFL,
Baltimore.
it goes the opposite
I still think
way
Baltimore
against
wins,
a division
but,
team on the road.
Their offense.
Come on, Brent. You watch the NFL. You know how this
Kidding,
goes.
man.
It's a 1 o'clock game though. Not
That one inning sparked.
But
the
that
whole-
even more, it's gonna.
Okay.
Dude,
Let
you
me
know
just
how
tell you
this
this.
goes.
Something interesting about the line for this game, the Ravens-Bengals game, is minus 2.5. I heard this stat today on my gambling podcast. Lamar as a favorite, or 3 and under, 25-4. He's 25-4 as a favorite of 3 and under. He's gonna win this game. Lock.
Well, but
He's probably said it those 4 times too.
well, I mean, that's like another stat. I know that Lamar is something like 11 and 1 when he plays football on the weekend when it's cloudy.
Oh, stop.
And the temperature is below 75.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
That really is. You
That's a
are
good
bringing
stat
up
that-
like some Tommy Smoke stats.
Sometimes.
But that's a 30-game sample size. That's a good amount of games to determine I'm pretty good at 3 and under. I'm pretty good at covering. That means winning those games.
All right.
He's a winner. Look at his overall win percentage. He's a winning quarterback. He's very good.
Okay.
No one ever said he wasn't.
It sounds like besmirch, and I know that's what you do. So I'm just shutting it down right now.
It sounds like
Robert besmirch over here. He's just
Well, so
Whatever.
let's move on.
whatever you.
Let's move on.
money shot.
Yeah, let's move into this Monday night. This Monday night new segment we got going on here.
Zach
Did
over
you
Ronnie.
make a pick? Did you make a pick there yet, Brent?
About what?
The Monday night segment.
I think it was Zach over Ronnie.
I think so. That's
He got
Chris-
Amon-Ra St. Brown 2 touchdowns.
yeah. Chris really wasn't
One
happy
passing.
when I talked about Robert getting it over Chris. He was not happy about
right.
that. He's like he needed like 3 points.
No, that's not. No, that's not a money
Zach
shot.
getting
That's
off the
not a money
schneid.
shot.
Zach getting up off the mat, getting the win.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
was
not a
good for
money
him.
shot. That's Zach's. Zach's for sure.
No, definitely not you because you knew you were doomed.
I didn't say me.
No, I say you were.
I had mine against Zach.
You were,
actually,
you were
last week.
technically
So I was
ahead when we
due.
went into Monday night, but you were only ahead by like 4
I
points.
knew.
And I had Gibbs
I
and
regret.
Montgomery.
I regret not getting Monty. For
Workhorses.
sure.
They're both off next week, so Rachel might get the win. Rachel, if you're listening, but
Monty is a great pick.
workhorses. As long as they say workhorses, 2 of them.
They just have the best O line and they're healthy.
I told Randy draft night, I said I'm locking up this Lions backfield as soon as I turned in my Montgomery pick. I was sweating whether it was going to
I
fall
knew
me
you
or not.
got that last year.
So
I knew it.
So then you're calling it then?
What?
Monday night money shot.
Yeah.
So we've got the Monday night money shot. This week is officially Zach over Ronnie,
That's it.
Amon-Ra St. Brown pulling it out with almost 21 points to get Zach the big win on Monday night. So to Zach, congratulations with your Monday night money shot.
He almost came back. If he had Charbonnet starting, he still got like 10 points.
Well, fellas, anything move you this week?
Of course. Always.
The only thing I thought of, it kind of ties into last week a little bit. The UNLV quarterback kind of and the running back kind of dipping out on the team over some alleged NIL payment, non-payment guarantees, not guarantees. Some people say it's about the money. Some people say like the kid felt lied to, and it's an integrity thing. Like he doesn't want to play for people that are going to lie to him.
It was the money.
Some people say it was the money, but the UNLV quarterback, Sluka, and the running back behind him, they both left the team.
Yeah.
They come back out and win the game.
Yep.
So
That's the thing.
the backup quarterback played his balls off, and they won.
Well, I was seeing that that guy that he was going to. They were saying that he might have ended up becoming the starter anyway. The guy that took over, like,
Net
he was-
positive.
Yeah, he was.
Well,
Possibly, but UNLV is ranked, and they got Syracuse going all the way out to Las Vegas this week, and they're favored by like 4.5.
there we go.
So UNLV getting a little respect.
Yeah, getting that top 12 bubble.
With the college football playoff,
Yeah.
there's gonna one guaranteed G5 team, so they could get in there. So
There you go.
that's what moved me this week. Just a little NIL is still so murky. I wish they would just kind of rein it in a little bit. But hey, man, you got guys essentially opting out of a season. If you ain't gonna pay me, you
Yeah.
can't play me.
Yeah.
All right, so
Right.
Do it before the third game.
think that they got to think.
Do it before you play your 4th game, and then you don't lose your red shirt. Too.
Yep, but they do have this thing called a contract that you could they should just sign these guys to contracts just like they do in the NFL, and just if we're gonna pay them, let's just make a contract so everybody's protected. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and just make it open. This is what just like the NFL is, so it's not shrouded in secrecy or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just sign these guys to contracts, 1-year contracts. If you did good, you can get another one. If you didn't, you can go somewhere else. But
in a sense, like kind of open borders on the whole NIL thing, it really leaves a lot that can happen that should not really be happening in college sports. That right there, I mean, that's.
But I just
3 years ago,
quit with the charade. Just pay the guys. Just sign them to contracts. Pay the guys.
It needs to be one. Yeah, it needs to go one way or the other. Either you're going to allow it, you're going to pay them. You come up with your NIL deals and you just be done with it, or you get rid of the NIL. You go back to the way it was. You tell players, "Hey,
It's never going back to that.
no," and it's not. And I think at this point, 2
Fortunately.
years into the NIL, it's already too far gone to be able to go back.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, again, I'm not a fan of NIL, but it is what it is.
Crazy.
James, you are the MVP tonight.
All right,
buddy.
here we go. You're the man. We
He's got
said
MVP.
engagement, and he
He's
engaged.
just letting them rip.
Let it rip.
James unhinged, man. I love it.
Okay, get on him at work.
What moved you this week, man?
I got Metallica tickets to Lane Stadium.
You got the
Lane
tickets?
Stadium.
You lucky fucker.
Metallica tickets in Lane Stadium.
At right around like the 25 yard line,
that's
20
sick.
rows up.
That's sick. But Randy's jelly.
I've never
You like
seen
Metallica,
Metallica.
right?
I've never seen it. I mean, they're a
Kinda.
good band. They're not one of my favorites,
Wasn't
but
in
they're
your-
good band. But seeing them at Tech that's
Oh yeah, it's badass.
legendary.
You have to make a video for me because I want to see that.
Yeah, I saw him at UVA.
Once in Sam the
Really?
whole stadium.
Yeah, in 2009
Rockin'.
when that girl went missing.
Was it at
Brian
the
Arrington.
stadium or was it like John
No, it was
Paul
at
Jones?
Scott Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Or no, at John Paul Jones. Yeah, it was at John Paul Jones. It was the one where Morgan Harrington was killed.
I remember that.
Oh, I do remember that. Wow. Golly, that feels like forever ago.
Well, let's not have any of that.
It was 15 years ago.
15 years?
Let's not have any of that.
Yeah. But yeah, so looking forward to that.
Hell yeah. I saw Pearl Jam at John Paul Jones. Pretty cool. Pretty
I
cool.
saw Pearl Jam at Greensboro Coliseum.
Really?
John Paul Jones.
Well, Don, what moved you this week, buddy?
Well, I had a few things, but I've talked about my team the last few weeks, so I changed it up a little bit. I'm sure all you guys watched the Bama and Georgia game. That was just awesome game to watch. Most people turned off at halftime because Bama was just destroying them. I think it was like 28-0. They had scored their fourth touchdown, and it was like maybe 12 minutes left in the second quarter, and they show the camera on Saban. You think everyone, Bama-wise, would just be going crazy. Saban would be smiling, handshakes, all happy. Dude, Saban's just sitting there, the straight face, man. 'Cause
Shit,
he knew as a coach. He was mad because he knew as a coach he's watching all these guys getting so excited. This is the second quarter, beginning of the second quarter. This is college football. Anything could happen, especially when you're facing a really good team. Look what happened throughout that game. They took their foot off the gas pedal, and Georgia had a brand new approach going out of halftime. They stopped Milroe. They stopped that run game the whole second half. The only big play they had was when he threw it up to Ryan Williams, and he made probably one of the best catches I've ever
That was
seen.
wild, man.
To toe tap, have his spin come back into play, and then take on two guys going down the field. He did like a ballerina spin while he's running, and like I don't even know how he didn't get touched. It was insane. This guy is 17 years old too, and that was just another thing. I'd never seen a player come out and skip their senior year of high school just to come to college. The guy's an unbelievable athlete. Like he might go to the NFL at 18. That's how good he is. Like
you see
I don't
his
know
eye
if they're
black?
gonna let him.
Do you see his eye black?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, he said kill everybody.
So his eye black said
Oh,
kill
yeah,
everybody.
I saw that. I
And
saw that.
Did you see what he did after that game was over on his Twitter profile?
No.
Changed his profile picture on Twitter to a picture of Michael Vick holding a pit bull.
That's not real.
That's not real?
No.
Yeah, I saw it from
It
like
was
4
community.
different
It was
places.
community.
No.
noted. He did not
Really?
change his
That's
picture.
not.
Dude, I saw it from like 4 different
thought-
places.
Yeah,
No,
people. A lot
it
of
was the
people
clip-
fell for it, and
it
it
was the
started
clip where
spreading
dude that
around. He
killed-
didn't.
Really?
The football coach is showing the dude the film, and he's like, "What
What's
are you
your
doing in
job
this
here?"
situation?
Kill everybody.
Kill the quarterback. Kill the team. Kill everybody." He's clipping the clips, and what do you do in this situation? And it's the guy, that's the main player on defense, and that's what the quote was from. But
Yeah,
there's a lot of fake shit out there. Don't always believe what you see.
It got community noted. That,
But yeah, like
no.
I know that was kind of off the wall right there, but that's really what moved me because down to the very end, they were down 28-0, and Georgia came all the way back and went up 34-33, and took the lead, and the whole crowd was just completely silent. Like you could hear a pin drop. You could hear a pin drop in the stadium, and
The community notes underneath.
yes, we know there's fake stuff going around the internet.
Yeah, I'm like, and that's why I've really tried to stay away from social media over the last few weeks, is because
I don't
it
even
is
look
just.
at it.
I'm not, and I'm not talking about politics on here, but damn, the closer you get to an election, the more bullshit you see on social media on every side. I'm like, man, I hate social media some days.
Right. Now that
And
we know,
that's kind of one of the reasons, because I've like literally multiple, what's it called with the check mark and all the multiple verified sources on there talking the same thing about it. But yeah, this right here though, I just showed them. After that game, Ryan Williams' NIL value doubled.
yeah, and now that we know he's not involved with the Michael Vick Pitbull scandal, the guy's an unbelievable athlete. Like I was saying, that really did move me for the week because that game was just like wow, like back and forth the whole second half, and then obviously the game yesterday, even though we didn't win, that was another unbelievable game to watch at the end. It was just crazy sports week, very emotional week. But yeah, that's what moved me for sure. Just exciting sports. Doesn't always go your way, but they're fun to watch.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Ryan Williams, I mean, that catch is going to go down in
I mean, he was perfectly covered too. I mean, like he put his stopper on and caught it, toe tapped, and then had enough momentum to spin back and play. Usually, you're taught to toe tap and go out of bounds, but he had enough momentum to stay in bounds. It was awesome.
Well, surprisingly, there was a lot of things that I wanted to go off of, but there was a lot of things I knew we were going to talk about. The Mets, Braves getting into the playoffs, all that start, and all that was one. But I had one in the back of my mind that I was going to talk about. I had seen it twice, and both times, just because of where we live, kind of right through the heart of it. And Adam Miller fucking beat me to it in the comments.
Did he?
Yeah, what moved me this week was Tara Dower. She set the fastest completion of the Appalachian Trail.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
In 41 days, 42 miles a day average is what Adam's saying. That's
Didn't Rachel say that?
insane. Huh?
What was Rachel's last week? It was something like that. It was a first woman.
42 miles a day?
Yeah, on the AT.
Yeah, on the Appalachian Trail.
That's
Like,
insane,
that's
dude.
crazy. He said she did it in 41 days. I had read something about it on Twitter. That's super impressive. I'm like, that's a ridiculous feat.
Oh yeah.
That's like
42?
you're minimal packed. You're carrying hardly anything with you to keep, and you're just going.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Less than a month and a half, the entire Appalachian Trail.
Good for her.
Yeah. I mean, but that was big for me. We've got a lot of the AT that runs through McAfee's Knob area. It sits on the AT. A lot of places that we like to go hiking and stuff, they're right there through the AT. And so just to see that, awesome thing to see. But yeah, damn, Adam beat me to it.
Yeah, that was good.
She's an ultra runner.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
That sounds like the worst.
I don't like regular running. I definitely hate ultra running.
Yeah, man. I'm okay.
But yeah, most definitely. Shout out Tara Dower. Congratulations. Awesome. Like that's something legendary that like. That's like your life legacy right there.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's crazy.
You ready to review these snacks, bro?
Yeah, you're right, Adam. So, golly, she'd start the day off with a 10-mile run. Oh, God.
10-mile run.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
insane.
God.
Oh my God. And then walk. And then
Yeah,
That's insane.
normal person takes a few months to do it. One of our pastors at church did the entire AT. I mean, it's a long.
Wouldn't have 42 days.
Man.
It took way longer than that.
Yeah, but yeah, crazy, man. Way to beat me to it, Adam. You read my mind, buddy. Good job. Well, let's do these snacks. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling.
all right, man. Cool. All right, so we'll just start in the order we did them. Doritos Salsa Verde. Dude, I'm giving these a solid 8. I thought they were
Yeah, I've
really
been munching
good.
them
The spice
throughout
level
the-
was good. Like when you think of a Salsa Verde, it's like bright. It's lime, cilantro. I get all of that. So I get these name. You want more? You got some? You want a little more?
I'm good.
7.5.
I'm good.
You say
7.5.
7.5? Okay.
I'm with Robert, right at 7.5. Definitely not bad at all.
A very good Doritos variant. Some of them are not.
Yeah.
Some of them are not good, but this one was good.
Yeah.
I like the kick.
I'm not a huge salsa verde fan on anything. So that's probably one of my favorite flavors of salsa verde.
Yeah, I was
Taste.
surprised
I'm like,
that it was that good. I'll give it a 7, 8.
it has like
right in
this-
between.
It has this like fresh flavor when you first bite into it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
what I'm
can-
saying.
You can taste
Right,
that.
yeah.
But yeah, definitely worth trying. Like I said, 7.5 for me.
And then this Netflix now popping
4.5.
late night ramen.
4.5.
It's okay. It's like a 5.5. It's a little bit better than average. I like
give it a
the
6.
seasoning, but like
Not terrible.
I
That's on my
was
box
hoping for something a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
I was hoping for something a little bit more than
Little
that.
bit more.
Than just chicken bouillon salt. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's definitely what it was.
yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's like giving
Air popcorn with chicken bouillon.
So,
I'm going 3.
and it needed more of it. It just tastes like mostly bad, like bagged popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going 3 on it. Wasn't
Not
a big
good
fan.
bag popcorn.
Wasn't a big
Not too
fan
bad.
of it. You're right. I mean, that's all it was. It's chicken bouillon.
It had good
Yeah.
flavor, but the popcorn itself. was
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there were so many other flavors when you think of a bowl of ramen. Just to,
Right.
Yeah.
Put in a
well.
little bit more seasoning.
But
in
I
there.
mean, hey, that's why we do this, man.
but
That's why we do this.
now, if I just change my glasses a little bit, look at it a little bit differently. If it's supposed to be late night ramen, like dollar store ramen,
It's what late night ramen.
then it's a
I don't
9.
think anyone's going out to a ramen
I mean, I'm
shop
just
late
saying,
night
I get
to
it,
eat
but like
fancy
they
ramen.
they nailed
That's
the
exactly-
bullshit ramen flavor. They nailed it.
Well, that's what I think. That's exactly what they're going for.
Well,
with
I just
late
said
night
that's why I gave him a
ramen.
low score because I hope for more.
Late night ramen.
Have we
it-
come? Have we come further as a society where we can expect more from ramen rather than just
If
Walmart
it said
dollars?
ramen, I would be on your side. But it's late.
ramen right there.
Late. If it just said ramen, I'm on your side. It should be fancier ramen. Late night ramen is
It's
top
also
ramen.
what
It's top
intrigued me.
ramen.
Like,
It's 10
late
cents
night
a
ramen.
10 cents
Like,
a bag.
Just add late night to whatever food you like. It's like, ooh, what?
Marichan
Okay.
ramen.
Late night cheeseburger. Ooh, what's on a late night cheeseburger?
It's McDonald's.
Man, right here.
Late night tacos, Taco Bell, like everything late night.
no,
You can
It's gonna
you
be
know what it is.
bullshit.
It's shit.
Oh man. Well,
Correct.
I agree.
yeah,
I agree.
average.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not
These
bad.
were the
not
winners
bad.
tonight.
Yeah. The salsa.
Oh, yeah,
verde,
salsa
definitely,
verde.
definitely. The,
And so, if we
high
do
end
do
of it.
Doritos beat Netflix. What a surprise.
if we do an episode where we dress up in costumes, I'll bring
We're going to.
Halloween snacks.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
saw
it's in
some
the
of
works.
I
I
think
saw
we
some
gotta-
in the store, but I held back. I was like,
Halloween episode.
Yeah. I think we got to do it. I think we got to.
Maybe a trivia night coming up.
Have we tried the new Dots pretzel flavor yet?
Oh, the
Garlic
Parmesan garlic.
I saw those in stores.
oh, that
today.
sounds good.
That does sound kind of good.
I didn't get the bag because I was a little iffy because they only had the big bags, and I was like, I don't know. If I don't like it, I don't want to get the whole bag. But maybe something to try for the future.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds good. Well, guys, I think that just about does it for us tonight.
Got out of time.
You guys got anything else?
No, man.
Anything?
It was a good week of
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
We
good
got
week.
another good slate coming up. So
Luckily, we got a bye week. We're gonna take a rest.
Yep.
Get
you guys need
get
to-
injuries
you guys need to
settled.
reevaluate.
Get injuries settled. We'll be fine.
Well,
Hey, good luck to our boy right here, Jorge, and the
Right.
Bravos. 8:30 tonight, baby.
that's it.
We'll see what
My
happens.
man Oz right here can bring.
We're not even sure who's pitching for us because
AJ.
Sale.
It is.
is
It's
Smith
AJ
Schauber.
Smith Schauber. Yep.
Well, he's all right, so we'll see.
Well, with that being said, guess we're going to go ahead and sign off of this thing. We want to thank all of you out there, everybody who's been in the room. Great comments tonight. Awesome engagement. This was a lot of fun.
Brent's boy.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out.
Cracking me up, man.
Shout out, James.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate you,
Gotta
brother.
Bring James a candy bar at work for me. Or
Yeah,
something like
candy
that.
bar, whatever he likes next week.
But thank you all for being a part of this. Thank you for all being a part of the Sports Bites family. Remember, if you're on here and you're not subscribed yet, click that button, subscribe to the podcast, get any notifications from us, keep hitting those likes, comment on the videos, go back and watch them. We've got some great content. Just because it's not the current week doesn't mean it wasn't fun to watch. So go check it out. And if you have your people, like I said, send it out to them. Hit that share button. Shoot it to them. Say, hey, subscribe. Get on this. These guys are awesome. They're some of the coolest dudes I've ever met.
Board.
Let's see it.
Coolest
Jump on
guys we
board.
ever met.
Again, thank you to our man behind the scenes, Josh Richards, for knocking all of this out, keeping us rocking and rolling. Thank you to Varsity Park Studios for having us in this beautiful studio tonight. Thank you to my man Don Schro, my brother over here.
Yes, sir.
Being on. Dr. Mike on the mic. Robert,
Dr. Mike on the mic.
thank you guys so much. And
Lots of fun.
Robbo.
I had a lot of fun tonight.
We get sad, Robert.
Unfortunately,
I know,
we got
sad,
sad, Rob.
But with that, we are Sports Bites, your number one sports podcast, bringing you the best of both worlds. Sports. Gotcha. Go ahead. I just wanted to razz you up a little bit.
Snacks.
Thank you guys so much. We love you. Have a good night.
God.
Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag.